Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Zoom information session today. I have Ralph Bloom, coordinator for the Radiation Safety Program with me today. Ralph, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much for asking.
Ralph, can you tell us a little bit about your professional background?
I literally grew up in industry. I started training people after I left Ryerson. I have a diploma in metallurgy engineering. I started teaching people how to do welding. And then eventually I got picked up by Ontario Hydro at that time to work in a nuclear facility as a nuclear operator, or in brackets, stationary engineer. And I worked there for 29 years with full radiation protection qualifications, and actually had done and managed a number of projects, including projects on how to develop training. On top of that, I was a volunteer firefighter for 27 years, and I was actually qualified by the Ontario Fire Marshal's Office as an instructor and facilitator.
That's awesome. Sounds like you have a very diverse background, and we're really lucky to have you at Loyalist. Ralph, can you tell me a little bit about the Radiation Safety Program?
The Radiation Safety Program is an industry-focused program. It is basically an industry qualified training program. We used the Canadian Nuclear Security Commission's document on developing radiation protection training. It's called the G313 document to develop the whole program. And we've gone out to industry and working with industry. We focused on not only the academics of what's involved in the program, but also what are the skills involved? What are the behaviors involved? We work very much on a three-legged milking stool system, where we have the one leg is academic knowledge that's so critical to working in this science environment. The second one is the skills and abilities, how to complete radiation surveys, what instruments to use, where to use them, when to use them, and then also critical thinking when we're working in these radioactive work environments, how we can do that safely. Our program is different than most programs in that we are very, very industry focused. We have two customers in this program. One is the student, and a lot of our students don't have any background in radiation or in working in a nuclear facility. And the second customer is the industry customer. And if we don't run the program right, our students won't get hired. So we're constantly working with different members of industry, such as OPG, Chemico, CNL, Woods, Abacus, Golder, to try and make sure that our program is focused, and what our students are learning is what's going to get them the job, one. And two, the other thing that we're trying to do in the program that seems to be very, very successful is most people, when they start a new job, once they've received their qualifications to start working in that area, there's still a lot of doubt. And so when they run into something new, what happens is that there's a kind of a panic about, what do I do now? And what we're able to achieve with our students is about a 2-month level of experience in working, so that when they get hit with something new, they don't go into that, that question mode of, what do I do now? It's more of a, okay, I understand the circumstances that we're in. What procedures and policies and instruments and practices do I already have so that I can take this problem on and work with it? And a lot of our industry members are actually finding that our students are actually able to come online faster, and that's saving them money. So that gets them the job faster.
Can you tell us a little bit about your program's hands-on learning?
Oh, I'd love to. As you know, most people aren't aware of what it takes to work in a radioactive work environment. And what we do is we actually create simulations of that work environment using what we call exempt, very low-level radiation sources, and the actual instruments that people are using in the field to do the work. We also guide the people in how to operate those instruments, and then we create simulations and evolutions where they're actually using those instruments as they would in a lab someplace, to learn how these instruments function and about the abilities of these instruments.
That's wonderful. That sounds very industry specific. Ralph, another very unique thing about your program is you're not actually located on the Belleville campus. You're located in Port Hope. Can you speak a little bit, about your Port Hope campus?
We have a campus in Port Hope. It is limited to the RAD safety program, which is kind of nice. It is a smaller campus where we're able to do a lot of the work. The nice thing is it's a terminus campus. It's a satellite campus that's right in the middle of the Port Hope Area Initiative, the remediation and cleanup. There are a number of employers right in Port Hope, such as Kimiko and CNL, that can actually use our students. What happened when the program was first brought about was that Port Hope Business Chamber and the Port Hope municipal offices wanted to take some of that money that was being used to clean up and remediate the Port Hope area, and they wanted to give that to their own people. So they asked Loyalist College, can you create a program so that our people here can get involved with this remediation cleanup? That's how this came about in 2017. And so we're very lucky with all the nuclear industry that's around us. Not only that, we are an hour's drive, an hour and 15 minutes drive from some of the largest users of radiation protection technicians in Ontario, which is Pickering and Darlington. So it's a great place. We actually enjoy it. It's very local to all of the industry, and we actually get people dropping in and talking to the students.
That's amazing. Your location seems to kind of give you a bit of an edge there. That'll get me into my next question, Ralph. What kind of jobs are your graduates going into?
We are a focused program. So a lot of our graduates are going into what we call radiation protection technician programs. So basically, they're going to work for companies actually performing surveys, actually getting involved with decontamination teams and the remediation programs. They're actually going to work in industries performing surveys for different companies such as Kimiko, where they're actually working online, trying to make sure that the facility is clean, trying to make sure that the conditions are safe. They do a lot of guidance work with Ontario Power Generation through the Power Workers Union, guiding maintenance teams into radioactive work environments so that they can actually do the repairs and refurbishments necessary. They're all over the place. We actually have one of our students who's a radiation safety officer with a company down at Sunnybrook Hospital. She works with a company that makes radioisotopes for medical purposes. So it's quite the opportunity that we have, and quite the broad section of job opportunities for our students.
What do you love most about Loyalist?
I just like the people. We have amazing faculty. Our faculty in the program at Loyalist College are incredible. They're dedicated to the students. They're willing to work with the students. We actually have two other nuclear industry professionals. We have a former ship manager from Darlington and a former radiation training officer from Ontario Power Generation Nuclear that are actually supplementing all of the other knowledge that everybody else is bringing in. So it's a great place to work, and a lot of our students are really pleased with the level of education they're getting and how the program is organized.
Thank you very much, Ralph. We sincerely appreciate you taking the time to discuss Loyalist Radiation Safety Program with us today. For those of you that have any questions about this program or any of our programs at Loyalist, please visit our website and book an advising appointment. Myself or one of my colleagues will reach out to you. You can also email recruiter@loyalistcollege.com. Thank you, and we look forward to hearing from you.
I wish you a great day.